I woke to the sound of raucous laughter, yapping dogs, and a Bluetooth speaker blaring late 90s boy band hits. It was a typical Saturday morning in my quiet corner of Willow Creek, Oregon, except the noise wasn't coming from the street or the nearby park. It was erupting from my backyard, me actual, private, riverfront property. Not the deck, not the public trail winding past the pines. My literal backyard. Mug of coffee in hand, I shuffled outside, half expecting to shoo a stray cat or find my mutt, Rusty, chasing a chipmunk. Instead, I froze. There, sprawled across my lawn, were at least 24 people. Folding chairs dotted the grass, canoes bobbed at my private dock, coolers sat smugly under my walnut tree. And right in the center of it all, someone had carved a 6-foot-wide gap in my wrought iron fence. They'd welded hinges a latch a proper gate, like I'd rolled out a welcome mat for the whole neighborhood. And there, perched at a picnic table she'd clearly hauled in herself, was Linda, clipboard in one hand, mimosa in the other. Before I could utter a word, she glanced up, peered over her comically large sunglasses, and chirped, "Relax, Tom. The community appreciates you opening up your river." I stood there, speechless, for a good 10 seconds. Linda was notorious always nitpicking mailbox colors or tallying your lawn's mowing frequency. But this was unhinged. I scanned the scene to confirm I hadn't stumbled onto someone else's land. Nope. Same weather gazebo, same boathouse I'd built with my uncle, same row of cedars I'd planted after my old dog passed. My property, except now, it looked like a county fair had erupted without so much as a text. I strode toward the gate, eyeing the sloppy welds and jagged metal edges. This wasn't a prank. Someone had brought a torch, a vision, a plan. "Linda," I said, straining to keep my voice even, "what the hell is this?" She didn't flinch. "Community access, Tom. We've been discussing it for months. Board voted. Majority ruled." I blinked. "I'm not in your HOA." She waved that off like I'd misquoted a recipe. "You're adjacent. That gives you associate status. It's in the bylaws, Section 4, Paragraph 8. "No, it's not," I snapped. "I've read your bylaws. My land predates your subdivision. I bought this place before your cul-de-sacs existed." Linda shrugged, sipped her mimosa. "Property lines blur for community benefit. You wouldn't want to be the jerk who ruins a kid's river day, would you?" Just then, a kid in a life vest cannonballed off my dock, soaking my fishing rods. A labradoodle trampled my herb garden. An old guy dragged my kayak ashore like it was a public rental. "This is private property," I said, voice rising. "You're trespassing." Linda stood, suddenly the victim. "Tom, don't make this ugly. The river's for everyone. You've hogged it long enough. Share. Think of the kids." I've learned think of the kids is code for I've already taken your stuff. Now smile. I stormed inside and called the sheriff. The dispatcher logged my complaint, but warned it'd likely be a civil issue unless property was damaged. Back outside, someone had cracked open my bait cooler to chill their energy drinks. A guy was hammering a volleyball net into my fence post. Linda was ushering more people through the gate like a cruise ship concierge. I confronted her again, clutching my deed and survey map. She laughed. "That's just paper, Tom. Community consensus trumps that." That's when it hit me. Linda wasn't confused. She knew exactly what she was doing. This was a calculated land grab, cloaked in yoga leggings and HOA lingo. I told them all firmly, legalito leave. They didn't. One woman said she was on her lunch break. Another called my vibe toxic. Some genuinely thought I was the intruder. That's the power of a lie spun with unshakable confidence. By afternoon, the crowd thinned, but the damage lingered. A splintered dockboard, soda cans littering the shore, scorched grass from a grill someone dragged in. The gate stood permanent, mocking. Linda winked as she left, saying, "You'll love next week's barbecue." That night, I didn't sleep. I paced, seething with the kind of fury only a violation of your home can ignite. Land isn't just dirt, it's roots, memory, sanctuary. Linda had torched all three. Staring at the river under the moonlight, I made a vow. If she wanted to play community access, I'd show her a boundary she'd never cross. Monday morning, I was at the county clerk's office, pulling every map, zoning code, and easement on record. My property lines were ironclad, no public access, no shared rights, no loopholes. Linda's Section 4 was pure fiction. But I dug deeper and found gold. A narrow strip of land behind the HOA's community center, misfiled years ago, technically part of my lot series. Their building was encroaching by 2 feet. Not much, but enough to flip the game. I sent the docs to my lawyer, Sarah, who lived for dismantling HOA nonsense. Her reply was instant. Let's make them sweat. Meanwhile, Linda escalated. She posted photos of the River Day on the HOA's social page, captioned, "Thanks, Tom, for hosting." I commented that it was unauthorized. My post was deleted, and I was blocked. By Wednesday, she'd mailed flyers with a map labeling my gate as River Commons Access, complete with parking tips for my driveway. That night, 3 cars pulled up, and strangers strolled my riverbank with their poodles. One waved, saying, "Love how open your place is." I was done playing nice. If they wanted a gate, I'd give them a fortress legal, towering, undeniable. I called in favors from construction buddies I'd helped after a flood. Concrete, rebar, brick, a crew ready to build a legend. By Friday, the plan was set. A 12-foot wall, poured and bricked in one night. No permits needed on private land. Sarah confirmed it. The gate wouldn't just close, it'd vanish under a concrete tomb. Saturday night, at 11:03 p.m., the trucks rolled in, lights off, engines hushed. My crew, 6 guys who'd heard the story and were all unmoved like a SWAT team. We had till dawn. The foundation went first, quick-set concrete poured thick. By 1 a.m., bricks were stacking, mortar smooth, levels checked. I didn't sleep. I laid bricks myself, the cold air sharp with purpose. By 4 a.m., the wall loomed, casting a shadow over the river. At 6:28 a.m., the final brick was set. No gaps, no hinges, just a seamless, 30-foot-long, red brick monolith. We left one brick jutting slightly, our subtle signature. The crew vanished as the sun rose, and I stood there, hands on hips, feeling peace for the first time in days. That peace lasted 87 minutes. At 7:55 a.m., Linda's SUV screeched to a halt. She marched toward the gate, latte in hand, clipboard swinging, then stopped dead. Her jaw dropped. She circled the wall, filming, screaming, "This is a crime against unity." I watched from my porch, arms crossed. She pounded the bricks, found no give, and stormed up to me. "Explain this." "It's a wall," I said. "You can't do this. It's hostile landscaping." "It's my land, Linda. You cut my fence. I built a wall. Legal check done." She sputtered, vowed to call the county, the HOA, the governor. I shrugged. She'd hit a wall literally. The county inspector came that afternoon, a polite kid who reviewed my docs and grinned. "Wish my projects were this clean." "You're good." Linda's online meltdown followed. 17 posts calling my wall a dictator's shrine. Neighbors stopped by, some laughed, one saluted. The local news called, and I gave a calm interview on my doc, showing evidence of the trespass. My segment aired against Linda's tearful rants. The internet picked sides fast, memes exploding. Tom's wall, 1, Linda 0. Then I played my ace. The HOA's community center was on my land, 2 feet of it. Sarah served them notice. Pay rent or vacate. Linda called it extortion. The board panicked. 2 members quit. Linda rallied a protest, 6 people, half her cousins, holding signs like "River for All." It fizzled. Her lawyer took one look at my deeds and bailed. The new HOA chair, Michael, apologized and signed a lease, barring events near my wall. I own them now, legally, quietly. The wall became a local icon. Kids painted a mural on it. A cartoon Linda waving her clipboard at a towering brick giant, me sipping coffee in a cowboy hat. Google Maps dubbed it Linda's lesson. I bought the misfiled land under their building at auction, cementing my leverage. Linda faded, her rants ignored, her power gone. One evening, her husband stopped by, head low. She thought she was saving the neighborhood. Got lost in it. Saw the... I nodded, said nothing. Words weren't needed. Months later, my riverbank was mine again. The wall stood, Less a barrier now, more a story. A small sign appeared one day outside it, scrawled, "We were wrong. Keep your peace." I left it there. The fight was over. The river sparkled, Rusty napped, and my coffee steamed. Victory wasn't the wallet, was the quiet.